Hello, welcome. Oh, I just realized I'm wearing my slippers. Hi, welcome to a 50-minute vinyasa style yoga practice. My name's Kaylee. When you're ready, you can get started with me in a seat on your mat. However you can sit comfortably is perfect. I tend to like having my legs crossed. If you want to prop yourself up on a pillow, or if you have a yoga block that you like to use in your practice, that's great too. And just right out the gate, at the beginning of this practice, I like to mention that this practice is meant to support you and your body. So if anything feels uncomfortable, if there's ever a moment where you intuitively just think, I want to adjust or pick a different version of this particular shape, please listen to that. Let it be an experiment. If you are meeting me in a seat, no matter where you're meeting me, go ahead and let yourself start to settle in. You might soften your eyes or even close them down. We're going to start practice with 5 rounds of a 5-count breath. You're ready. Exhale your breath completely, maybe pursed lips. Breath in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more. In for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round. Dig in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. Blink your eyes open. Hopefully you feel a little bit more centered. Meet me on your hands and your knees, shoulders over your wrists, knees underneath your hips. Now let's circle the shoulders a couple times. So clockwise or counterclockwise. Start to press into your hands. So putting a little bit of load into the hands here. Switch the direction of your shoulder circles. And notice if the breath kind of abandoned you or if you lost track of it. It's totally normal to kind of flow in and out of awareness of your breath. Come through neutral. We're going to bring the breath back in a moment. Round your back. Tuck the tailbone toward your knees. Drop your chin toward your chest. And give your head a little shake gently from shoulder to shoulder. Maybe you even nod the chin a couple of times. Let your shoulders drift toward your ears. Stay here. Take a big breath in. See if you can send the breath into the back side of your lungs. Let it balloon down into your mid and lower back. And then as you exhale, neutral spine, keep going. Breathe in as you find cow. Tilt the tailbone for the ceiling. Tip your chin upward. Scoop your heart through your arms. Back to cat, round your spine, press the floor away. And then cow, as you pull your heart forward, push the heels of the hands toward your knees. Couple more, working with your breath here. Find that wave in the spine. Maybe you inhale into that extension, that cow shape. And exhale it back into cat. One more full round, you could be breathing in that same pattern, or you might have it reversed. After you finish that cat, find neutral again. Lengthen your right leg back behind you. Try and keep the hips level for a moment. Look over your left shoulder. Bring your right toes off to the left side of your mat. Notice if your hip is melting either way. So instead of thinking about opening up toward the side, think about squaring your hips toward the mat. Press down into your left hand, maybe you tent the right fingers, challenge the balance there. And then maybe you reach the right arm forward and over to the left. I'm gonna stay on tented fingers today, this feels better in my body. Take a long breath in. As you exhale, bring your right knee to your right elbow, right palm under right shoulder. Take the right leg back, look to the left, tap the toes outside of your mat to the left, hips are still square to the mat. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. 3 more. Deep breath in to stretch into the side body. Exhale to squeeze into the obliques. 2 more times, breathe in. Breathe out, little squeeze through side body. Once more, inhale. Last little crunch here as you exhale. We're gonna take the right leg back into the left, but this time we're gonna set up for cow face. So walk your left toes over toward the right, and then bend your right knee, drop your right knee back behind your left. Walk your hips back, so separate your heels nice and wide, left knee's on top here. Sit up tall and bring your hands to your heart. I'll turn to the side. We're gonna activate through the chest a little bit, particularly through this area right around the top of the underarm. Palms press against each other, but give yourself a couple inches between your thumb and your sternum. Point the elbows out and then pulse the arms in. Push in through the heels of the hands. See if you can round your back a little bit. I'll turn back to the side. So you're letting the shoulders broaden in your upper back and hopefully feeling a nice activation through that pectoral insertion. For 4, 3, 2, we're gonna do the opposite 1. Bring your arms to a goalpost shape with a little angle in the arms, and then pulse the elbows back. Look straight forward. Maybe you start to take your eyes upward, but keep rooting down through your tailbones. We're not arching into the lower back just yet. Isolating this movement in upper body for 4, 3, reach the arms up in 2 and 1. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Take a twist over your left knee, right hand toward the top of that knee, left fingers tent back behind you to keep your spine tall. Breathe into the sensation of your twist, spiral from your tailbone all the way up either to the crown of the head or maybe the base of your skull. Look forward, bring your hands out in front of you, untangle your knees, but bring the knees close together, and then just wag your hips side to side, release that. Separate the knees back to hips distance, circle the shoulders, circle the hips, stay long in your lower back. Switch the direction. We're gonna warm up on the left side. Neutral spine, kick the left leg straight back, hips are level, hips are square toward the mat, and then tap the left toes off to the right side of your mat. Look over your right shoulder, press your right hand down into the mat. Maybe you tent the left fingers, or you stay there. Maybe you reach the left arm forward. Take a long breath in into the side body stretch, left hand under left shoulder as you exhale, left knee to left elbow. 4 more times, pump the breath. Inhale. Exhale, let your head move as well. Breathe in. Breathe out, try and keep the hips square. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. 1 more, breathe in. Knee to elbow, shoulders over wrist. Take that leg long into the right, walk your right toes to the left, bend your left knee, drop it inside of the right knee, and then walk your hips between your heels. If you get a little lost in that transition, it's totally okay. Sweep the arms up as soon as you land, lengthen through your spine, big breath in, bend your elbows, go ahead and find some full spinal extension here. So the tailbone tilts back and up, chin lifts up toward the ceiling. Bring your arms up, neutral spine, inhale. Twist to the right. 2 deep breaths here. Not forcing the twist, just letting that spiral kind of coil naturally. Look forward, take a breath in. Plant the hands, uncross the knees. This time, tuck the toes under. And then right away, let's lift into a downward facing dog. Feels good to stretch the knees out to me and pedal out your feet here. Maybe give your head another little nod or a little shake. Down dogs oftentimes are really great pose to kind of check in and see how your body feels, see how the practice is landing energetically. From your downward facing dog, take a walk to ragdoll. Walk your feet to the top of the mat. Leave some space between the feet, so at least hip distance, maybe wider. Put a generous bend in your knees. You can catch the crooks of the opposite elbows and find a little sway here, or you might drop the arms down and just let them dangle. Find some ease through the head, the neck, the jaw. Release the hands. If you caught the opposite elbows, heel toe your feet a little closer together. So hips distance feels good for me. Some people like to bring the big toes together. Slide your palms to your shins, flat back as you lift up. Reach the crown of the head forward, so lengthening the backside of your neck. Push back through your sit bones. Big breath in. Fold forward, catch your calves as you exhale. Chin drops in toward your chest. Do that again, halfway stretch, inhale, find your flat back, send your hips back, crown of the head forward. And then fold forward as you exhale, hug in toward your legs. This time, slide your palms up your shins all the way up your legs as you unroll, nice and slow, strong in your foundation. Once your shoulders are over your hips, reach the arms up, lengthen the ribs away from the pelvis a bit, feel your feet rooting down. Breathe in, and then bring your hands to your heart center. Let the eyes soften or even close. If you choose to practice with an intention, it's a really great moment in your practice to call that to mind. And for me today, I'm just going to practice trying to be as present and aware as possible of the sensations in my body, the movement of my breath. Maybe even anything that happens to catch my eye in the room or out the window that's in front of me while I'm practicing. For you, you might anchor into sound. So whatever you need for your practice here, stand a little bit taller. We'll take a big, deep inhale, draw that in to the bottom of your lungs, fill all the way up. Then open mouth, exhale. When you're ready, let it go. Blink the eyes open, reach up on an in-breath. Fold forward, hinge your hips, bend your knees as you exhale. Halfway stretch, bring your fingertips in line with your toes, and then step your right foot to the back of the mat, drop the right knee down, sweep the arms up, supported crescent lunge. So we're gonna take a variation of our sun salutation today. Reach through the fingertips, let the ribs lift away from the hips. Maybe you broaden the arms into a Y shape, so that you can feel the shoulders broaden down your back. Breathe in, plant your hands, step back to high push-up and pause. In your plank pose, root down for your fingertips and the heel of your hand. Shift onto your tiptoes and then lower all the way down to your chest the first time through. Come onto the tops of the feet. Walk your hands to the sides of your body, off of your mat. Tent your fingers, point the elbows upward, and then roll up into a wide arm cobra. Big breath in. Lower down, look to the left, drop your right shoulder down toward the center of your mat. Inhale, come back to center, wide arm cobra. Exhale, swap it out, look to the right, drop the left shoulder, maybe the left ear. Come back to that wide arm cobra, breathe in. And then lower down, bring your hands in underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes, press up and back to downward facing dog. Take a nice full cycle of breath in through your nose. Anytime you want, you can exhale out through the mouth. We're going to kick the right leg up with the next in-breath. And then step the right foot between your thumbs, drop your left knee down, supported crescent on this side as you reach the arms up. Feel your hips pretty much squared up here. Feel a good stretch to the front of the left hip. If you untuck the left toes, go ahead and tuck them. So we want a little bit of readiness in that back foot. We're taking it to a forward fold. So maybe one more long inhale. Plant the hands, step the left foot to the top of the mat as you fold forward. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Forward fold as you breathe out. Let's come right into chair this time. Bend your knees, sink your hips back so you're hinging through the hips. Find some length in your lower back. Soft through the head, the neck, and the jaw. Pressing down through your feet. Maybe you take a peek down and see if you can scooch the knees back so you can see your toes. One more long inhale. Stand up on the exhale. Bring your arms to your sides. Reach up on the breath in. Forward fold on the breath out. Inhale, fingers in line with your toes. This time, left foot steps to the back of the mat as you exhale. Keep the left knee lifted. Plant the left hand, reach the right arm up, dragonfly twist. Option here is to lower the left knee to still find that. In fact, actually, that feels better to me today, to find a little bit more support for that rotation. So it just depends on what you want to prioritize, what feels best in your body today. Know that that can change. Stay here, one more breath in. Right hand down, high push up to low push up. Again, all the way down to your chest. Wide arm cobra, tent the fingers. Breathe in as you roll it up. Shoulders slide down your back. Exhale, look to the left, drop your right shoulder. Come back to center, breathe in, push into your fingertips. Lower and look to the right as you breathe out. Back to the center on an in breath. Lower down, hands under your shoulders, tuck your toes, press it back to downward facing dog. On your inhale, the left leg lifts. Step the left foot between the thumbs. Either keep the right knee lifted or lower it down as you lift the left arm. Find some softness through the neck. Oftentimes, I think we can get into these postures and get real rigid. See if you can experiment with engaging your muscles so there's a sense of stability, but not straining to the point where it feels rigid or forced. One more long inhale. Maybe you lift the right knee if it's down to prepare, and then forward fold at the top of the mat. Right foot steps up, left hand drops down. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Forward fold as you breathe out. Chair pose just for one inhale, sit low. Stand up tall, hands to your side as you exhale. Reach up and fill. Dive forward and empty. A little faster, breath in motion. Halfway stretch, fingers in line with toes. Exhale, right foot to the back of the mat. Maybe you keep the knee lifted. Crescent or supported crescent on your in-breath. Plant your hands, step back, high push up. This time you choose if you want to go halfway or all the way down. Go into upward facing dog if you took chaturanga, or you take it back into your wide arm cobra. Breathe in. And then downward facing dog as you breathe out. Right leg, inhale, lift it up. Exhale, step between the hands. Crescent lunge with the knee lifted or down as you breathe in. Forward fold at the top of the mat as you breathe out. Halfway stretch on your in-breath. Chest to thighs, exhale. Chair just for one inhale. Stand up, hands to your side, exhale. Reach up, grow tall every time, breathe in. Power forward as you breathe out. Halfway stretch, fingers in line with toes. Left foot to the back this time. Right arm up for dragonfly, find your twist on an in-breath. Plant the hand, step back, high to low push up, your version. Inhale. And down dog, we meet, exhale, left leg up, breathe in. Step it forward as you empty, left arm opens, dragonfly on this side. Forward fold at the top of your mat. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Chest to thighs, breathe out. Find chair pose and pause. Put just a little bit of space between your feet so the knees aren't quite knocked together. One more inhale to reach up. And then you're gonna bring your hands right between the knees, palms are facing inward, so thumbs are pointing forward. I'll turn at a little angle here. Press the outer edge of your right hand against the right knee, and then resist that. So find a little bit of dynamic tension there. Sweep the left arm up and open. In fact, maybe you just bend the left elbow, find a rotation. And then bring that left hand inside of the left knee. This time, right elbow pulls open. Both hands inside of your knees, back to chair pose on an in-breath. Stand up, hands to your side as you exhale. So that's our little mini flow there. Reach up, breathe in. Bow forward as you breathe out. At least that's the flow for the top. Halfway stretch on an in-breath. This time, step straight to high plank, rock forward, lower half or all the way down. Cobra or up dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, press it back. So we're gonna change up our flow a little bit here. Right leg comes up on an inhale. Step the right foot behind the right wrist. Pivot your back foot down. Rise up to warrior one. Adjust your foundation so that you feel that steady and stable connection between your feet and the mat. You're rooting down to the base of the right big toe and pressing back to the knife edge of your left foot. From here, warrior two, stretch the arms away from midline. Consider walking your feet a little further away from one another. And then imagine that you're trying to lengthen your mat underneath you. I'm gonna start to draw little like half circles with the hands here. So soft elbows, feel the rotation of your shoulders. Feel free to play around with the size that you're making here. Maybe you keep it really small. Maybe it feels good to carve some big circles with your hands. Come back to a strong warrior two. Set your eyes over your right fingers. I'm going to take it to star pose. Straighten the right leg, pivot the toes towards the left side of your mat as you reach your arms up. And then pivot the toes to the back of your mat. Pivot your right heel up. Lightning crescent facing the back of the mat. Root down to the base of your left big toe now. Lengthen through your low back, lift the navel away from your left thigh. We're going to take our supported crescent on an inhale, drop your right knee, sweep the arms up, breathe in. And then frame out your left foot as you start to straighten the left leg for your half split. Your left knee might straighten all the way out, it might stay bent to whatever degree feels like you're getting a nice sensation of length in the back of the left thigh. Without forcing anything. The one way that sometimes we can tell that we're forcing is if the breath gets really choppy or if you feel your teeth start to clench up. 2 more long breaths, maybe even close the eyes down here. One more big in. And stay here as you exhale. Rebend your left knee, right toes are tucked under. We're gonna come all the way to full crescent lunge. Sweep the arms up, lift the back knee up. So you're facing the back of the mat here. Breathe in. Plant your hands, step back to high push-up and flow through your vinyasa. You can always go straight to downward facing dog. We're gonna take that on the left leg. From down dog, left leg up, breathe in. Left foot forward, pivot right heel down, warrior one. Rise it up as you push your feet down into the floor. Use that connection to lengthen and lift the ribs away from your hips. Open up into warrior two, still facing the back of the mat. Maybe you separate the feet a little bit wider. And imagine lengthening your yoga mat so make it longer between your feet here. Again, carve out some circles with the hands. Really feel the shoulders move on the back of the ribs. So try and keep your rib cage pretty still. Your trunk is really stable, but we're moving the shoulder blades through whatever range of motion they naturally have. Feeling that rotation, that upward and inward, backward and downward. Come to a steady, still warrior two. Set your eyes, breathe in. Maybe you dip a little lower into that lunge as you breathe out. Star is the inhale. Pivot on your left heel, reach up. And then keep pivoting the toes to the front of the mat. As you find lightning crescent, lift your left heel up. Take it nice and low with your torso, but pull your belly button away from your front thighs. So you're using your lower abdominals. We're going to drop the left knee and sweep the arm up, supported crescent here. Breathe in. Half split, frame out your front foot, stretch it back until you feel something meaningful but not forced in the back of your right leg. You feel that flow of energy and that stretch, that lengthening sensation. You breathe into it. 2 more rounds. Let go a little bit in your jaw or your shoulders as you exhale. We're going to take it to a full crescent lunge. Take your time to transition. Root down through the ball of your right foot. Lift the left heel and knee. Inhale the arms up. And then plant your hands. Step it back. Flow through your vinyasa. When you get to downward facing dog, let's clear that out. Big cleansing breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, relax your jaw. Look forward, lift the heels. Empty your breath, step walk or hop your feet to the top. Halfway lift, breathe in. Chest to thighs as you breathe out. Feet are a little bit wider. Inhale it into chair, so at least hips distance. Exhale, bring your hands between your knees. Left elbow peels up, breathe in. Exhale, bring that left hand back down. Right elbow, inhale. Lower the hand as you exhale. Chair pose, reach forward, breath in, stand tall, arms to your sides as you empty. Reach it up, grow tall through the crown of the head. Bow forward. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Plant your hands, vinyasa through. We'll meet in down dog. We're going to put that sequence together, breath and motion, and add a little bit of balance work in. The right leg starts, breathe in. Step the right foot through as you empty. Warrior one, come all the way up on the in-breath. Warrior two, set your eyes over your right thumb. Star, breathe in. Take it to the back, lightning crescent as you exhale. Drop the right knee, lift the arms, inhale. Half split, straighten the left leg. Stay here for a full cycle of breath in. Nice long breath out. Full crescent lunge, come all the way up on the in-breath. This time we're going to take it into airplane. So sweep the arms by your side, very much like lightning crescent. Shift the weight to the back foot. Lift your right leg up. I can already tell my balance is a little bit funky today. So if that's you as well, maybe you have something nearby, like a wall or a piece of furniture that's not gonna be an obstacle for you to bump into, but something that you can kind of just lightly make contact with as a touch point to support your balance. From your airplane pose, we're gonna stand up with the right knee in at the chest and the arms up. Breathe in, find some length here, root down through the left heel, and then find your dancing Shiva. Catch the right knee with the left hand as you reach your right arm back behind you. Shoulders are stacking over your hips. Maybe you take your eyes back toward that back thumb. We're going to come back through center, reach the arms up again as you breathe in, right knee still lifted. We're going to swing that right leg back and bring the right hand down toward your left toes. So maybe your left hand comes to your left hip. Maybe you actually do touch the toe, but that's not necessary. I'm going to come back up. Inhale, lift the knee, lift the arm. Exhale, swing it back. Find your balance here, reaching maybe just for the left knee. 3 more. Lots of work in that left leg here. If you're not matching my pace, that's totally fine. You might do 5 in the time that I do 3. You might do 1. All good. Whatever you've got to offer your practice is perfect. Come up with that right knee one more time, big breath in. From here, we're going to take dragonfly twist. So same kind of transition, but now that right foot drops all the way back behind you, right hand comes down, lift the left arm up on an in-breath. We're going to take pyramid from here. So frame out the left foot. Maybe you slide your right foot forward a bit as you straighten the left knee. You can find any version of this shape that works for you. If you happen to have blocks or even something that you can hold on to, that's a nice way to bring a little bit more integrity into the spine. If touching the floor takes you out of the stretch. Another thing to do if your balance is okay here is interlace your fingers and then press the hands into your left shin gently to pull the chest forward. Not locking this left knee, but just feeling that energy flowing as you square out the hips. So imagine your left sit bone pushing back and the right hip crease pulling forward here. When you're ready, hands are going to plant, shift the weight into the left foot, walk the hands forward a little bit, standing splits, right leg comes up. Maybe you take a standing L. So instead of reaching that right leg as high as possible, try and find a 90-degree angle and pull the lower abdominals in for support. Big breath in. Bring the right foot to meet the left a little bit wider so we can take that chair variation. Inhale right into your chair variation. Exhale, palms face each other, back of the hands push into the knees. Left elbow, inhale. Lower it down, exhale. Right elbow, breathe in. Take it down as you breathe out. Chair on your in-breath. Let's add one thing in, lightning chair as you empty, stay here or lift your heels. For 5, keep the knees pointing in line with the toes for 4. 3 and 2, we're gonna drop the heels and stand up. And 1, heels down, arms up, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Halfway stretch, right into the other side on the in-breath. Step back or hop back to chaturanga. We'll meet in downward facing dog. It's a great place to personalize your practice. From down dog, left leg up on an in-breath. Step it forward as you exhale. Warrior 1, come all the way in. Warrior 2, stretch wide. Star on the inhale. Lightning crescent to the front. Drop your back knee. Inhale, reach the arms up. Gomukasana, that's your half split as you stretch the right hip back. You're here for a breath in. What can you let go of in terms of tension, maybe in your face as you breathe out? Full crescent lunge. Come on up with the inhale. And we're flying into airplane. Maybe you take it through lightning crescent, shift the weight, and float your back leg up. Rotate the shoulders onto the back of the ribs. And then find a nice long spine. So just like in that halfway lift, kind of flat back here, lots of space in your lower spine. Slow and steady, we're gonna rise with the left knee. Standing tall here, rooting down for your right heel, letting the tailbone lengthen down. And then find your dancing Shiva, that's your twist. Ribs stay stacked over your hips and pelvis. Keep reaching the crown of the head up and maybe taking your eyeballs back towards your left thumb. So you've got that dynamic balance coming up. Square the chest forward, look forward as you reach up and breathe in. All right, this time that left leg goes back and the left hand comes down toward the right foot, toes, knee, wherever. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, take it down. 3 more. Or just like the other side, however many you end up doing is excellent. Line up as you breathe in. Where did we go from here? Oh, dragonfly twist, that's right. Bring your left hand down. Almost lost my way, left foot back. Reach the right arm up. Press into the left hand to take a little bit of the strain out of the right leg. Nice long inhale. Pyramid, set it up, frame out your front foot, or just slide the left foot forward or step it in. And then find your version of this pose. It always takes me a little while to kind of maneuver my hips into position here. Maybe again, you have blocks, maybe you interlace your fingers and press gently into your right shin to find a nice long spine. Another thing you can try that I quite like is bending your back knee a bit. And it feels like it gives me more mobility in my hips and pelvis. So one of the keys to feel this stretch is to send your right sit bone back. Pulling back to that right sit bone. And then at the same time, maybe you're reaching a little bit forward to the very top of your left thigh, forward and upward. You let go of tension in the neck, in the jaw, in the brow. When you're ready, walk the hands forward a bit, shift the weight to the right foot for standing split or standing L. That standing L often, for me, just gives me more access to working into some abdominal strength, and it isn't right or wrong, so it depends on what you're working on. If you want to work on range of motion, that's great, flexibility. Really play around with lifting the left leg. Breathe in. Feet underneath the hips as you breathe out, that chair sequence. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, back of the hands inside of your knees, either elbow. Inhale it open. Exhale it down. Keep pushing into the knees. Inhale, other side. Exhale, down. Chair on the inhale, reach forward. Lightning chair as you exhale, option to lift the heels. Drop the heels and stand up as you breathe in. Forward fold as you breathe out. We're going to put that together. Halfway stretch on an in-breath. Step or jump it back to chaturanga. We will meet in downward facing dog. From down dog, right leg up, breathe in. Step it forward as you breathe out. Work with your breath. Inhale up. Warrior two, exhale, open. Star, stretch and fill. Take it to the back for a lightning crescent as you empty. Supported crescent, drop the back knee, breathe in. Hanumanasana just for that exhale. Come right back, crescent lunge, lift the back knee this time, breath in. Airplane, fly it forward. Right away, left knee comes up, or right knee rather comes up at the back of the mat. Inhale the arms up. Dancing Shiva as you exhale, find your twist to the right. Back to the center, breathe in. Here we go, a little dynamic balance, right hand toward left foot. Moving like this at your own pace for 5, 4, going slower than my count, 3, 2, dragonfly twist on 1, meet up there in that twist, left arm peels open on an in-breath. Pyramid pose as you exhale, stay here, breathe in. And breathe out. Standing split is the inhale. I'm going to change it up a little bit here. Step your right foot, that's your lifted leg, to the top of the mat, reverse warrior. So you're back in that lunge stance. Inhale, open. Keep pressing into your front foot. We're going to cartwheel the hands down. Keep your left knee bent as you pivot the right heel up. We've got wild thing. So lift that left foot up, rotate outer edge of right foot, drop the left toes down and lift the left arm. Breathe in as you press down into the floor. Exhale, bring that left hand down, bring the left knee to the left elbow. If that wild thing's too much for you, you consider just dropping the right knee and tapping the left toes just like we did before. Otherwise, we're alternating between wild thing and left knee, left elbow. For 3. For 2. Last one. Wild thing, left knee, left elbow. Pause there. Take that left leg straight back. Maybe you don't tap the toes down, stay there, or tend to the right fingers. Stay there, or reach the right arm forward. Here for 5, 4, make this your own, last 3, 2, and 1. Drop the hand, drop the toes, drop the knees. Cow pose, pull your chest through as you breathe in, toes are tucked under. Walk your hands back, have a seat on your heels. I know we've got the left side. We're gonna come into a little work off of the wrist for a moment. Interlace your fingers and then draw figure 8s with your wrists. Breathe in, breathe out. And notice how the arms and the shoulders are feeling. Come to standing on your knees here. So toes are still tucked, or you can untuck them. It's just really up to what works for your heels. I'm going to take our little camel series here. Start by bringing your hands to your lower back. You can point the fingers up or down. Experiment with what works best for your body. Roll the shoulders toward one another. Draw the elbows toward each other. And then press the hips forward. So your tailbone is moving toward your knees as opposed to moving toward your toes. Breathe right into the center of the chest. Just 2 more breaths here. One more long inhale. Gently lower your hips to your heels. Maybe you untuck the toes, let the eyes close, bring your hands to your lap. What do you need to feel successful on your mat for this remainder of your practice? You've just got one more side to go. Maybe a little bit of back bending and core. Just check in with what you need. I think you've got lots more to give. Make sure that you're showing up with that. If you're pretty done, really allow yourself to be done. Trust that your body knows what's best. You can take this last side real nice and easy. You're ready. Blink your eyes open, downward facing down. From down dog, back into your Ujjayi breath. Left leg up on an inhale. Step it forward, exhale. Warrior 1, finish the breath. Warrior 2 as you empty. Star, inhale, maybe you look up if you need more. Lightning warrior to the top of your mat. Drop your back knee, sweep the arms up, fill your lungs. Hanuman, don't take it way back as you exhale because we're just there for that out breath. Hop right into crescent lunge. Inhale, lift the back knee, lift the arms. Airplane, as you exhale, launch it forward. Left knee and arms come up. Find your length, breathe in. Find your twist to the left as you breathe out. Take it back to the center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, dynamic balance. Left hand toward your right foot. For 5. Finding a pace that makes sense for your body. Maybe you're holding for 4. For 3. For 2. Last one, make your way to your dragonfly twist. Big step to the back with that left foot. Inhale, right arm. Exhale, find your pyramid pose. Breath in. Breath out. Standing split, walk the hands forward. Lift the left leg up. And then big step to reverse warrior. Step your left foot to the back, sweep the right arm up and open. So we're preparing for that wild thing to little oblique crunch. Remember, your option is to drop the back knee. Breathe in, cartwheel your hands, keep the right knee bent. So if you're choosing that other option, you can drop the left knee. Otherwise, lift the right foot. Here we go to wild thing. Breathing in to push the floor away and lift the hips. Right hand down as you exhale, right knee, right elbow. 4 more. Inhale and open. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Remember, the left knee could be down. Inhale, take it back and open. Exhale, knee to elbow. 2 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last time, breath in, wild thing or side bend. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Pause. Core is super strong. Press the floor away with your hands. Take your right leg straight back. Stay here or tent your left fingers. Stay there or reach the left arm forward. For 5, 4, big breaths in and out through your nose for 3, for 2, and 1, hand down, knees down. Sit back onto your heels with the toes tucked or untucked. Interlace your fingers, roll out through your wrists. Switch the direction if you can. A little neuromuscular challenge for me over here for sure. Go ahead and untuck your toes, part your knees a little bit here. We're gonna bring the right fingertips back behind you, lift the hips, lift the left arm. I've heard this called a rock star pose before. Like, I guess if you had an electric guitar or something, breathe in, come back through the center, drop the hips. Switch out your arms, left fingers back behind you, lift the hips, lift the right arm. Maybe you drop the head so you're looking down toward your left foot. Maybe you take your gaze up towards your right thumb, just check in with your neck. One more long breath in. Exhale, bring your hips down. Shift your hips to either side so that you can swing your legs out in front of you. Bend your knees, come down onto your palms. And absolutely take this on your forearms if you'd rather. I'm gonna go with palms just so that I have a little bit more range of motion. Float the legs to a tabletop position. Hinge back a bit, straighten the legs out in front of you, and then bring right knee in. Hinge it back with the right leg long, stay on the right for 4. You could be on the forearms for 3, for 2, 1 more here, 5 on the left for 5. Active through your feet and core for 3, 2, keep the back of the neck in line, last 1, legs long, both knees for 5, 4, 3, 2, hold the knees in towards your chest, stay here, or straighten both of your legs out, lower down to a hover, and then straight leg lift for 5. Come onto the elbows or forearms for 4. Keep drawing the low abdominals in, 3, 2, last 1, light all the way down, bend your knees, reach your hands for your feet, take cobbler's pose here. So very much like Baddha Konasana, just lying on your back. And then bring your palms to your knees, bring the knees in and let the knees part. So just a little kind of butterfly movement in the legs, feel the thighs rotating in and out. A little dynamic movement here. Kick your legs up toward the ceiling, circle through your ankles. Relax the ankles, the feet, the toes, spread the toes out. And step the feet down about hips distance. Bring your arms to a T or a goalpost. And then windshield wiper the knees, just a small range of motion to start. So maybe you stay within the frame of your hips or the frame of your mat. It might feel good to gradually adjust and increase that range of motion a little bit. Start to feel the heart rate, maybe slowly settling down, feel your respiration rate softening or coming back to a rhythm that's natural. When you're ready, stretch your legs out long on the mat in front of you. Bring your arms down by your side with your palms facing upright. We'll settle in for Savasana, but before you, if you feel great, just drop right into your Savasana. If there's still some lingering kind of just tension in the body or a little resistance to stillness, it's very normal. We're going to take a little progressive muscular relaxation. So curl your toes in, push your heels down, squeeze your glutes together. So you might even feel your butt or the back of the thighs start to lift up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze through the legs. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, let all of that go. We'll do the same thing with the upper body now. So make fists with your hands. Push the forearms, maybe the elbows down into the mat. Squeeze the arms in toward your body. Squeeze the abdominals in, scrunch up your face, shrug your shoulders toward your ears. Tense, tense, tense. Big breath in. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Give your body permission to rest, to gradually let any of that muscular tension melt and drain down your body into your mat. Whatever you might be able to leave here physically, mentally, emotionally. Give yourself just about 30 seconds or so to do that. You can listen for my voice real shortly to end class together. Give your head a really gentle nod, side to side. And step the feet down underneath the knees. Sweep your arms up over your head, draw in a big inhale here. And then let it go. Take your time to find a seat. There is no rush. Just stay connected to your body. Keep moving in a way that feels deliberate or purposeful. When you land in a seated position, you can bring your hands to your heart space, either in Anjali Mudra or taking your palms and just connecting right around your heart center. And take a moment to acknowledge yourself for taking care of your body, your mind, your spirit in this way, for feeling your own energetic cup, so to speak, so that you have a little bit more goodness or juice or energy to offer the people in your life that you care about, the work that you're doing that interests you or serves you. When you're ready, bring your thumbs to your forehead, third eye center, honoring this practice of yoga and honoring each other, and maybe very importantly, honoring yourself. Take a little bow of your chin. Namaste. Thank you for sharing some of your time with me. I hope that practice served you well, and I hope to see you again real soon.